I'd like to address this, as was brought up last meeting by Frank. Yes, I did request Peters Creek Sanitation Authority to change the agenda delivery to the Board of Directors. Meetings are held the last Monday of the month, 7 p.m. The agendas were mailed, and I usually receive the agendas Monday by mail, 12 noon. If I was at work, got home, cleaned, and showered, ready to go to the meeting, I had about 1 hour to review it with no ability to call or question. As far as the bill pay list for approval, the board got a list in the agenda of bills to be paid, plus, it's important, please listen to this, plus another list for bills that were already paid in advance for approval. We never saw, the board never saw any original invoices at all. Being assistant treasurer, I was only asked one time to sign checks. I believe Tom Lumsden, who's the treasurer, was on vacation. I went down to sign the checks, and they were given to me without invoices. I requested the invoices to match the checks, which I did get, and I signed each one. I have never been provided or seen actual invoices other than that one time. I withdrew from being an assistant treasurer the following year. The agendas were since changed and mailed earlier. Most of the time I got them Saturday before the meeting on Monday. That's why I requested those to be changed. So just wanted to put that in for the record.
Okay. Any other comments on that item? Okay. Item 3, discussion regarding procedure for press releases for the public. So other townships are actively getting press releases out to their citizens to keep them in the loop. We are doing quarterly newsletters. We have been doing that for years now, quarterly or bi-yearly, depending on what's going on here. Is the board interested in starting a process for press releases? So when we have noteworthy news, we can get it right out to the local media.
I'm all for that.
For it. A lot of good things that are going to be coming.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of things people are going to need to hear.
I agree. Unless you come to the meeting or look at the website, there's a lot that's not being shared. And Gary, do you have any comments on how we go about press releases with our staff? Do you have any provisions?
I don't see any problem with press release as long as it's not over litigation.
Okay.
No press release or comment on that. But yeah, for economic ordinances that may change, for new policies that are in play, new purchases, equipment, new housing plan, that's absolutely something we want to get out there.
When the litigation is over and we get the approval, can we do a press release on it to update people?
Yes, when it's over.
Okay. I would like to talk with the staff on that. If we could somehow look around at the other townships, see what they do. I think it's pretty relatively easy. Usually one of the managers or assistant managers have contacts at all the papers and media outlets. And they invite them in when there's something going on in the township. They invite them to the meetings. So maybe we can keep this on the agenda and, move this forward a little bit and get a process in place if the board's in agreement.
I am. I think that's good planning.
Okay. Item 4, discuss stormwater runoff from Airport Stonebridge, Stonebray. Solicitor Swift, please, thank you.
We looked into this, and my office spoke with Jamie. They were cited for improper stormwater adherence to our ordinance. And the hearing was held in front of the magistrate, and they were found guilty and fined. That's the status. I don't believe any repair work, according to Jamie, I think Harshman sent a letter as a follow-up saying, you need to send us your plan so that we can review that's gonna correct the deficiencies or defects that we found. And according to Jamie, he's not ever received anything. And I think at this point, the board needs to consider instructing the code enforcement officer to continue citing them on a regular basis until that stormwater issue is resolved. Jamie wasn't certain that the repair of the stormwater would alleviate or eliminate the stormwater runoff into the Stonebridge plan. But at least that's a start. They are in violation. They have been cited. They've been found guilty. And it's my understanding, Sean, I don't know how you are on this, but that they've not submitted any drawings, any engineering plan to correct the stormwater piping issue.
Yeah, that's correct, and I believe, they had recently sent in for a permit, and that permit wasn't ever approved because, you know, these outstanding issues needed, fixed too, so that's something else for code enforcement to look into. Did they continue work when they didn't have a permit? You know, yeah, I agree, getting code enforcement involved, getting back in front of a judge if need be, maybe the township fixes it, means the property.
Yeah, here's the steps. I mean, we cite them, and they're fine, and they're found guilty. And we give them a certain period of time to make the repair. If they don't make the repair, you then have to consider sending us into court to get a judge to authorize us to go on site, make the improvement, and then we file a municipal lien. Once again, I know that they're in violation. I know they've been found guilty. I don't know of the connection, nor did Jamie, between that problem and the flooding that Stonebridge is experiencing. So the first step is just put the pressure on the airport.
Would the board like me to reach out to Jared, the code enforcement office, and
Yes.
communicate that?
Attorney Sprague. Gary, to be clear, was it only the magistrate level, or did it go to an appellate level as well? Does anybody know that?
According to Michael, it was just at the magistrate's level with a citation and a fine.
I don't.
And then I know there was a follow-up letter saying, this is what you need to give us, partially, so we can approve it. That was never done. They never did any engineering of the problem.
Okay, so, I heard something differently, but it may have been incorrect, and, so daily fines is what we're looking at. So that's how long that could go on for months.
Until you say enough's enough, they're not gonna pay, they're not gonna do anything, now we're gonna do it. And we're gonna lien their property.
Board, any thoughts?
I think we should proceed and push him to do it sooner than later.
Terry, Bobby will contact Jerry. Thank you. Okay, item number 5, discuss